Cindy, I want to kind of go through that journey though of you getting into the business, right? The
Mhm,
struggles, and then you start seeing the business, build and the momentum build
mhm.
up until the point, changing markets. What was? I know you mentioned in the beginning that you just wanted to come back to Columbus and sell in Columbus, but that's a hard decision, especially, when you just established yourself. Um, what, 9 years, 8 9 years at that
Mhm.
point, and
Right.
then decide to, I know Zanesville's an hour and 10 minutes away, whatever it is, but
Yeah.
you're still moving locations.
Mhm, mhm.
Well,
Well, I tell you what, one of the things that I had already done was get more involved at my local and state, associations, okay? I think that is so important for all agents to do that because, again, you're going to build relationships with other agents, in your area from around the state, and that can be so beneficial to you for getting referrals and that kind of thing. Um, I worked my way from being just on the board of directors at my local board to becoming board president. And then that same year that I was board president, I was lucky enough to be selected for the very first class of the Ohio Realtors Leadership Academy,
mm,
and that was in 2016. So that was a complete game changer, personally and professionally for me. I highly recommend for any Ohio realtor to apply. I sound like a commercial now, but but seriously, it was great for my business, and just becoming more involved, in those associations can just really, really impact your business.
can you dive into that a little bit and just maybe share one or two experiences as to why it has impacted your business, or something that maybe you've taken away that, the academy has been something that's been suggested to me that I need to be doing for like the last 3 years in a row now, it seems like.
Yeah.
But honestly, before that, I was the agent that was not involved in anything, right? It was blinders on, head down, don't care about anything else. I'm just selling real estate, the team, and no involvement anywhere else. So,
Mhm.
maybe for those that are listening in that, might be newer to the space or maybe not involved um into the boards and all of that, can you share maybe a story or two of, how it impacted your business?
Oh, sure. I would say it was, the experience going through really helped me with my self-confidence also, because I feel like a lot of us, no matter how old we are, we can all have insecurities.
Hmm.
And, um, that was one of the things I really wanted to work on, and it did help me so much, and even with public speaking and just all the different things and getting into leadership and having those different leadership roles, um, Leadership Academy really helped me with all of that.
Yeah, I think, as I continue to grow and get better, right? That's, I always say, the one thing for me is, I always feel I'm a better leader by example instead of a leader from the sideline. So I
Yeah.
promise you I will eventually do it at some point.
All right, and I can write you a letter of recommendation.
So when you decide to come back to Columbus, what was the same strategy to do it growing through your SOI, or what was the focus there? Did you have an SOI here?
Um, I do have an SOI here. I didn't necessarily dive into that, rely on that. Um, I really pretty much started from the ground up again. When I first came here, I was with a local brokerage in Zanesville still. And then as I'm handing out my card, people would look at that and say, "Oh, I want to work with someone local." I said, "Well, I live here." And they said, "No, I don't even know your brokerage." Okay. So I took my time and just researched all the different brokerages, and then I was approached by Berkshire Hathaway. Home Services Professional Realty, and it's a long name. Um, and they had everything that I was looking for. So that really helped. And that was part of my business plan too, to join a national brokerage. They just have so many tools that I didn't have to go outside of my brokerage,
Yeah.
to be able to use and have to pay for separately and all those things. So that has helped tremendously.
Yeah, I had Larry Schottenstein on the other day, and you know, he was talking about as agents we all need who's right, and who's sometimes are not just people. Who's could be a brokerage, right? Finding a place, a home. We're all the same, but we're all different, right? And finding the right environment to go into and to join could be a who for you. And if you're a newer agent, that could mean you not having to worry about paying for certain things, right?
Yeah,
Technologies and tools and systems and trainings and all that kind of stuff. So,
yeah, yeah.
and then did you just build the business then, just bootstrap and word of mouth?
Um, Pretty much, yeah, and start working with a lot of different lenders in the area, and that has been so helpful as well, and getting those referrals and that kind of thing. So